There you go guys, thought I'd just do a 2019 update on my bikepacking setup. Here's my specialised fat boy that I went through in the previous video. Now I've got all my bikepacking gear on, and this is the exact setup that I used for the Munda Biddi Trail earlier this year. Okay, let's go through some close-ups of the bike. Okay, one thing that hasn't changed and probably never will change is my frame bag. That's made by Bike Bag Dude. Absolutely love this frame bag. As you can see, it takes up 100% of the triangle of the frame. And it fits so much in it. Especially being a fat bike, because that bottom bracket's a bit wider, you can actually let this bulge out a bit more than what you would on a traditional bike. So it's amazing how much stuff you can fit in there. Okay, I'll show you what's inside the frame bag. Let's move this bottle out of the way. In the top compartment is usually where I keep most of my food, but I also keep a few other things in there as well. In there at the moment I've got my gas for my stove, a pair of gloves if I'm not riding with them, neck buff, always handy to have one of those. A couple of volley straps. These are the best things that ever existed. You can strap anything onto anything with a pair of these. They are unreal. And I also keep my pump in here as well. This is the Design high volume pump, which works really well for the fat tyres. As you can see, that's a massive compartment in there. I can fit a heap of food in there. It's nice to get the heavy items central on the bike. That's why the frame bag's a really good idea for storing all your food. After your water, your food is your next heaviest item. Okay, in the bottom pocket of the frame bag is where I keep all my spare parts, spare tubes, and all that sort of stuff. I've got, well, in here I've got a knee brace, one spare fat bike tube, two spare fat bike tubes, some mosquito repellent, a basic first aid kit, tubeless tyre repair kit, and here is my little bag which I keep all of my little spare parts and things. I won't go through all that, but in there you can see is where I keep all my spare nuts and bolts and patch kits and any little odds and ends that I think I might need, spare brake pads, all the stuff that I think I might need on the trail. Okay, in this side of the frame bag, it's more of a slim pocket. This side of the frame bag I mainly just keep a few odds and ends, as well as this is where I put my wallet and phone when I'm riding. I keep in here multi-tool, tyre levers, lots of assorted cable ties, roll of electrical tape, anything that I might need whilst I'm riding so I don't have to dig through all my other bags. On the front of the bike, I'm running the Bike Bag Dude handlebar roll with a Bike Bag Dude bag inside. On front of the handlebar roll, I've got this little bag made by Alpkit. This bag is actually designed to go inside the handlebar loop here, but it doesn't really work when I've got the handlebar roll on and the cables and that are all in the way, so I tend to prefer it on the front. And then I've just added a few bits of Velcro. To the back of it, and some Velcro to the handlebar roll. And that just sticks down like that, and that just stops it flapping about when I'm on rough terrain. Inside this front accessory pocket here is mainly where I want to keep things that I want to get at whilst I'm riding, so mainly snacks, and then I might just chuck a few extra things in there, cables, my small tripod normally goes in there as well. Here I've got the Toe Peak top tube bag. I pretty much just use this for electronics. I keep in here my power bank, 20,000 milliamp hour power bank, and I also keep in here some cables, my GoPro battery charger, along with all my camera batteries. I chose to run the rear rack for this trip mainly because I wanted to run the dropper seat post, and I find I can just fit a lot more in this bag due to its square shape rather than the pointy sort of shape of a saddlebag. Also down on the front of the rack here, on the rack supports, I've added this little thing here. If I can open this one-handed. Just a couple of bungee cords, and this is where I keep my just a thin rain jacket. And all I did here was added a piece of plastic and a few cable ties onto the stays for the rack here. Just a nice little spot to put something out of the way. I like to put my rain jacket here because it's easy to get at. I don't have to search through all my bags if it starts to rain. It's just right there. Nice and quick, nice and easy. I'm still running the same water bottle holders that I showed you in my video last year. I made up this little bracket which gives me the ability to run a bottle on each side. Really good spot for them, nice and easy. It's really convenient while you're riding, and surprisingly you don't hit your legs on them. On the down tube of the bike I've got a Blackburn Outpost cargo cage. Pretty much the same as a Salsa anything cage. Although I prefer these ones better as they're just got a bit wider shape to them and they seem to fit bigger bottles a bit better. On the Munda Biddi trip I ran this cage and I didn't actually use it, but I normally have it on there to carry a 2 litre Coke bottle full of water. Okay, I'll take off my handlebar roll and I'll show you what's inside. Okay, in my front handlebar roll, this is where I keep all my clothes and sleeping gear. We've got a pair of merino wool trackies. These are my sleeping / around camp pants. Nice and warm, really comfortable. And I've got a beanie when it gets cold. Spare pair of riding socks. 1 pair of warm thick socks. Spare pair of jocks, also merino wool. 1 nice shirt. I try to keep this one clean. This is when we go through towns and I don't want to stink like a bike packer. 1 long sleeve merino wool shirt, good for riding, sleeping, camping, keeps you warm, really good. And then down the bottom is my sleeping bag. Just a really small, compact, this is a summer down sleeping bag, which I then combine with a Cedar Summit Reactor sleeping bag liner. This makes it a bit warmer and also means I can just wash this rather than having to wash the sleeping bag all the time. Okay, that's everything that's in the handlebar roll. On to the next bag. Onto my rear rack top bag. This is pretty much where I keep everything else. Okay, in this bag is where I keep my stove, my toiletries bag, which includes my toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, vitamins and anything else I need. A small inflatable pillow. Cedar Summit mosquito net that I thought I'd need in the huts on the Munda Biddi Trail but never actually used it. A small dry bag. In this I keep all my electronics. So inside this one, phone charger, camera charger, cables, spare batteries, spare GoPro accessories, all that sort of stuff. My mattress, which is a Thermarest Neo Air camper, extra long, extra wide. I like to get a good night's sleep. And down the bottom is a microfiber travel towel. There you go, there's all the gear that I took on the last bikepacking trip to the Munda Biddi Trail. Try to keep it pretty minimal, keep it as light as I can. Hope that helps some of you guys out, showing what sort of bags I have, where I pack everything. And you can see how my bikepacking setup has evolved since last year. Okay guys, that pretty much sums up my bikepacking setup for 2019. If you like this sort of video, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers guys.
Bye.